What's happening, Raptors Digest? We got a game right now, Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors. You know there's some history here. It's always going to be a fun matchup to see. Even though Giannis Antetokounmpo is not in tonight, he's sitting with some apparent, I think, calf injury. Gary Trent Jr. on the other side of things, a calf injury of his own, but he's returning to the lineup. I'm excited about that. I have a bet placed on him. Gary Trent Jr. at least 16 points in the match, and then also Fred VanVleet over 5.5 assists, so he needs at least 6 for me, but he doesn't have a single assist yet, and I think Gary only has 1 bucket. I didn't get to see the first quarter there completely, but I'm tuned in now. It's not looking amazing for us, but it's a close game. It's 18-15. We'll see where this thing goes, but having Giannis out of the lineup for the Bucks gives you obviously a considerable bit more of a chance to go and get something done. But from what I've seen just turning on my TV, it looks like Drew Holiday's having a pretty good game. So, I mean, the Bucks supporting cast I don't think is too great, but they've won a championship. They're obviously not bad, and they're going to give us a run for our money if we don't come ready to play. And it does feel like the sort of sentiment, I guess, in Raptors Nation at the moment is let's take a step back and get a nice draft pick. But do I still want to see winning basketball? 100% every night I'm hoping they win. So we'll see what happens tonight. And if you guys have any bets of your own, make sure to put it in the chat. And we're coming on a little bit early right now. I thought it would be like 8:15 potentially, but here we are, man. A whole 15 minutes early. And I'm just excited to see the game. So shouts out to anybody that's already tuning into the chat. I see we have 16 live viewers. Looked like Tom Moreau was having quite the conversation here with Calvin B early in the chat. I love when everyone tunes in and just treats it like a Discord room. Really, that's what this is. But we got a game on our hands. Delano Banton with the ball here to find Scotty. He's already shooting a 3. All right, guys, I'm wasting no time. The Flames are on. Scotty Barnes is shooting 3-pointers. We're tied up at 18. What an exciting development in his game. We knew it would come at some point. The shooting mechanics were surprisingly good to begin with. And now he's just not hesitating when he's open at 3. He learns at a rapid pace. Raptors lose the ball, staying with the Bucks here. Let me check out what I've been missing in the chat here. Main email saying live, baby. Ty Cornfield saying we're live. We're out here, guys. You know the vibes. It's Raptors game day. I try my hardest to never miss these. And as you can tell, my voice is coming back a little bit. I'm the tiniest bit sick, but I'm on the mend here, so I appreciate you guys being patient with me, being all raspy through the mic and kind of cutting my segments short at times, but I'm back at full health. I'm off the IL, and like I said, I'm ready to see the Raptors get a W. Thanasis and Antetokounmpo out there hustling, but it's Raptors ball. That's when I knew LiAngelo Ball would play in the NBA at some point, was when I saw Thanasis step on the court in an NBA Finals game. I said to myself, if he can get NBA Finals minutes, like if Giannis can do that for his brother, then I think at some point LaMelo or Lonzo could find a roster spot for LiAngelo, who's actually pretty good at basketball, versus Thanasis, who's just a freak athlete who runs the court and plays defense. I'm not trying to slander him. I mean, he's in the NBA. I guess he deserves it, but that is the moment I thought Jello would go and get a contract, and this was before all the Charlotte stuff. And speaking of which, I hope he gets in the NBA at some point soon. I'm a Ball Brothers fanboy, shamelessly. I knew them when they were at Chino Hills, so followed them the whole way up. And LaMelo getting respect from the Greek Freak the other night. I know you guys saw that, the jersey swap going down. LaMelo's going to be special. Calvin B saying Scotty's going to be a generational player. There's a chance. He's got that creativity in his game where he's not just really good. He's like bordering great already with his skill set. He can do everything, and the passing to me is like, it's kind of Magic Johnson-esque. I mean, we're giving him crazy ceilings here, but he is our star of the future, no doubt. George Hill knocking down a 3-pointer. Didn't see much of those going for him in the 2019 conference finals, but hitting them now. I'll always feel nice watching us face the Bucks, knowing what we did to them on our way to the finals. Down 2-0, storming back. Get the job done, man. Got a banner hanging forever now in Scotiabank. Ty Cornfield saying seeing Scotty hit threes is God's work. It's God's plan, man. You couldn't have written it up any better. Ramaz saying trade Boucher. We can get something. I agree. I still feel like the Mavericks will be the trade partner. I come on here every time. I'm like, Mavericks. But in terms of team strengths and team needs, I feel like we offset each other well. And I could see Boucher going there with Dragic to get something back. I know Moses Brown's kind of been I mean, tame to say the least. Like, he doesn't really play on their roster, and their roster is not that deep. So I don't know how much we want to give up for him, but he's still a guy that I know a lot of Raptors Nation is calling for. All right, Middleton in the mid-range here finds Thanasis. You know he's not shooting it. Rodney Hood. That's a guy who I always felt like, this is tough to explain. I always felt like he would end up being a Raptor. He just kind of gave off those hustle vibes, good energy vibes. I don't know. When he got traded to the Raptors, it felt like it made sense. But very limited time here. He was just there as basically offsetting Cap when Norman Powell went over to the Trailblazers. And it's good to see him playing after an Achilles injury, right? Got to cheer for him for that. And Svi Mikhailuk hitting the three. The Splash Bandicoot, baby. He's back. We're up by 2 points right now with just under a minute left in the first quarter. Ty Cornfield saying, I'm really fed up with Boucher. And I am too, because we know he can be better. He's clearly trying. He's in a contract year. He's got every reason to do well right now, but he's not. He's not at all, and I've been disappointed. Been very vocal about that. And Marcel Martin in the chat saying, Lego, he's in the building, everybody. Scotty from 3? Okay. All right, man. The Flames are coming right back on. Scotty Barnes. Oh, you just love to see it. You just love to see it. Scotty Barnes, limitless in the range. He doesn't even have like an ideal spot he likes to shoot it from anymore. If he's open at 3, he's jacking it up. Wow. Christmas came early, guys. Scotty Barnes has a 3-pointer. Gary Trent there with the rebound. Go get me some points. You guys know I have the bet here. Oh, but finds Delano. Delano misses the layup. And first quarter expires. Ooh, that was kind of a scary full court shot there. But it misses, and we're going to the change room up by a few points here. The chat's showing some love there for Scotty. Ty Cornfield saying Fiji water. I always forget to put in that animation. It's coming soon. But he hasn't been playing great. If he continues playing like this, knocking down these threes, I will be forced to remember to put in this Fiji animation. Marcel Martin saying Scotty Barnes Arena. Yeah, it's not Scotiabank anymore. It's Scotty Barnes. It's his home. 1-800-LUNATIC saying, praying that the Raps shoot better than the 20% of last game. It's been ugly out here. Last game, they don't score much at all. People are really mad at Fred. I get it. I've had my moments too of being upset with Van Vliet's shot selection, just trying to be a primary scorer, maybe more than he should be. But I'm at the point where he does have his nights often enough where I try not to question it. And we're a really young team, so I guess if we do want to win the game, he is one of the players I would want taking primary shots. But a lot of people missing the playmaking of Lowry clearly, trying to apply that to Fred Van Vliet and hope he can get better in that regard. I do think Fred Van Vliet's a good playmaker. And I kind of bet on the assist prop tonight for Fred Van Vliet because, I mean, people listen to the media. People know that, I guess players know that there's criticisms out there that they can find on the internet that really, they end up in their DMs, whatever it is. Fred Van Vliet knows that people want him to facilitate more and be the Kyle Lowry point guard of this team. And I mean, his assist numbers are good. They're not Kyle Lowry good, but I still think he's an underrated playmaker. So I said, Fred Van Vliet's my guy. I'm taking him to get at least 6 assists tonight. And with Gary Trent Jr. back in the lineup, he's due to get some shots. That was my logic behind that one. I can't lie, guys. I don't feel great about this bet. And that's not just looking at it right now. It was before the match. I was kind of rushed to do it because they didn't know if Gary was going to be in the lineup. But he ends up being announced as available for tonight, so they just immediately shifted the lines. I had to act quick. But as always, if you want to tail these bets, go check out our Twitter pregame. I always post it. Calvin B saying the bench has to step up. Please, someone from the bench. I think we have the second highest scoring starting unit in the NBA, opposed to like the 29th ranked bench. Top heavy to say the least. You find some really interesting stats about this Raptors team. I think we're 3rd in the league in offensive rebounds. I mean, we don't have a center, so that's kind of crazy. And then you also consider stats like our defense is in the basement of the league as well when we have such a great defensive roster on paper. It's age. That's what I chalk it up to. I'm not giving it like the blind excuse, but logically, you're going to need to develop and get the chemistry going. I still think we're in good hands, guys, but we're here in the second quarter now. Middleton misses that shot, and then we got Scotty Barnes with the rebounds and putting the moves on Drew Holiday. He's moving like Magic Johnson out there. Scotty Barnes, man. All right, they give it back to Scotty in the post. He finds Gary, hit that three for me. Spills out of the rim. Gary misses. Still up by 3 points here, though. Marcel Martin saying, you think we could get Jordan Clarkson to help our bench? We could. I mean, maybe. I would really be inclined to believe that Utah, who's trying to contend and needs bench scoring, Utah's roster is really deep, but they probably want to hold on to him. He was a six-man there. He was a bargain deal. I think they sent out Dante Exum to get him. So when you consider that one-for-one trade, Utah won it tenfold. And the Raptors don't really need to rush for it. I think the whole reason we got rid of a guy like Sam Decker is though even though he could have been a good bench scorer, we'd rather let other guys go in there and develop and learn because we know it's not championship or bust like a team such as Utah is. So it makes sense for them to keep him. Makes less sense for us to go and acquire him. But I'm a big Jordan Clarkson fan, and I still think that the trade they got him for was highway robbery. We got 30 people watching right now, so it's early, but I'm going to shout out the chat. You guys are the best. Tom Moreau saying we're a jump shooting team without the shooting part. At times, it feels like it. And then 1-800-Lunatic saying without Goran, we are the least experienced roster. Oh, Gary Trent Jr. with a nice little bucket there, high off the glass. Chalked that one up. But yeah, we are, even with Goran Dragic, look at our roster. We're good. But we just need some time to figure this out. People forget we were 6-3 at one part in the season, and then we had a bunch of injuries. It's kind of how last season went as well. At least we're at home now, and we're on the clear road to recovery. If we take a little bit of a step back still, it's okay. And when I say step back, I don't mean from last year. I mean just in general from our goals of being a winning team. It's going to naturally happen. But I think the future is really bright here, guys. I'm not too concerned. I'm tired sweating and getting angry at my TV. Like, this is a young group. You know, the chat just said it themselves. And we got the first one of the night here. Marcel Martin. Who else would kick it off other than Marcel? He's got the super chat saying, since we know Dragic is leaving, what would you want in return? Draft compensation and maybe Moses Brown. That's what I can think of as reasonable return. Maybe a team like the Clippers would go after him too, but I don't really think they're in the business of getting older rental players with Kawhi still hurt. There's a lot of teams that could use a good bench point guard. And I mean, Goran Dragic, if you really come push to shove here, he could start for you and kind of get the job done if you had a great supporting cast. I don't know. I want to tilt towards giving the Mavericks Goran because they really wanted him, and then getting some draft picks back / Moses Brown. That would be the ideal trade for me. But at this point, nothing's really guaranteed. We don't even know what Goran Dragic is dealing with. And I mean, I hope he's doing well. Definitely no ill will there. It could be something very serious or something very minor. It's left completely private. But let me know in the chat what your ideal trade return is for Goran Dragic. Still a very useful veteran. And then Kenneth Lau saying second round pick at best. Yeah, at this rate, it's looking like we might not get a great piece back, but something, right? Just something. Mihailuk missing the three. Bobby Portis is there to get the rebound with his eyeballs popping out of his head. Bobby Portis is a madman. I loved watching him in the finals, though. He was the real key to them winning. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, the real key. Scotty from three. Bricks that, but that's all right. Goes to Banton, and Banton gets the putback. Love that. Wish that was an assist for Scotty. But either way, Bobby Portis, a huge energy piece for that Bucks team winning a championship. And I was kind of happy to see the Bucks win. We took them out, right? So I got no ill will against them. We kind of laugh at them a little bit in that regard. And Giannis is just the most lovable superstar. But Bobby Portis came in. And at first, guys like Thanasis were playing ahead of him. And I know Kendrick Perkins was losing his mind saying, get this man on the court. He can help you. And that's exactly what he did. They won 4 straight to go get their first title. Banton with a nice move in the paint. Misses the J. Mike Vick in the chat saying it's almost like every game Raptors play, they have more fouls than their opponents, even playing at home. How is this even possible? I'm going to chalk it up to inexperience again. I know we don't get the best treatment from the officials. Oh, there's a nice call. Yuta Watanabe going to go shoot too. Drew Holiday's not happy about it. But it's been really inconsistent officiating for this Raptors team. Or I guess you can even say consistently bad. Or just, it's always spotty, right? And I think that the fact we don't have superstars and we're young makes it worse, right? The refs don't really give us the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. But we can't attribute everything to that. Clearly, inexperience will lead to you being out of defensive position more often, needing to recover and foul. It's just how it goes when you're not experienced at defending at that level. It makes sense, but it doesn't make me want to poke my eyes out watching at home. Definitely. We're not used to Raptors teams being, well, I think the Raptors actually historically do send a lot of guys to the line because they're a nothing easy group. But when you're losing and fouling that much, I mean, I get it. It compounds a lot of issues and makes you worry, but we're young. 1-800-Lunatic talking about this last year's NBA finals saying Portis and Pat were massive for the Bucks. So many clutch offensive boards, pure hustle plays. I couldn't agree more. I think Bobby Portis should have got put in earlier in that series, but in hindsight, he did the right thing, got him in when he needed to be, and they got a championship because of it. And I was so happy for Giannis. So happy. I was actually streaming the NBA Finals on our other channel, Courtside Digest. Check it out if you guys haven't had a chance. Bucks miss a shot. But in the beginning of that game, I said, I hope Giannis goes off for 50. I was originally thinking the Suns would win, but then I literally had a Suns jersey on. I tore it off and revealed a Bucks one. I said, I'm hopping on the bandwagon. Giannis, go get your chip. And he did that, and he delivered on 50 points, which was just wild to see. Felt like I was watching Shaquille O'Neal out there. But anyways, Raptors tied up at 30. I'm getting totally sidetracked right now. Drew Holiday misses the three. Yuta Watanabe there with a nice little rebound. Tom Moreau saying Yuta is our best defensive player, and that includes OG. Tom Moreau, you are one of the most wise guys to step in here. I mean, your opinions are always very spot on, but I don't know if I can agree with you on that one. He's got good length and good hustle, but better than OG is a statement. And we got some good defenders here. I know Gary Trent Jr. is kind of a gambler defender, right? He'll go for those 50-50 picks, maybe get burned, maybe get the steal. I understand that, but I don't know. Big praise coming from Tom Moreau. What do you guys think? Yeah, he had a good Euro step there. Ty Cornfield pointing that out. And then Tom Moreau saying, we don't deserve the benefit of the doubt because we don't attack the paint, obviously referring to how we're officiated. And you're right. That's the only way you're going to demand the respect of the officials is if you go to the paint and take the contact. I mean, look at Julius Randle, right? He's like, I'm so much stronger than everybody. That contact doesn't affect me. And the only answer is, well, just keep on doing it, and eventually it will figure itself out. Players will be getting frustrated, but there is only one route to success there. You're not going to change the official's mind on the court by yelling at him after a missed bucket. You got to go back hard and really get fouled. You got to demand the respect of the officials too. Marcel saying Yuta is our key to success. Key to our success. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I read. Anyways, but yeah, Yuta is a huge part to when we're playing winning basketball. He's an energy guy, comes off the bench, seems to give us life, and clearly we need a little bit of life off the bench right now, so I'm happy Yuta's back off injury. Ty Cornfield saying, he's saying, I'd say Scotty is the best on-ball defender, then OG, then Gary. I'm going to be honest about Scotty. I think he has the potential to be the best defender on our team and maybe the best defender in the league. But at times in his rookie season, he's kind of like some bad plays will happen. He'll get blown by on defense. And I'm kind of sitting there like, I'm just going to act like that didn't just happen. You know, Scotty Barnes has had his moments with defensive lapses this season. And to be expected, you're young, you are a rookie, and you're expected to guard top guys on the opposing team. Like I remember one time, James Harden, he was getting a ton of love for how he guarded Harden and KD against the Nets. But at one point, Scotty Barnes was giving him top side, and Harden's not even really that like explosive of a player necessarily, as much as he is like a maestro with the ball. And they just blew right by Scotty Barnes for the easy bucket. Like Scotty was in cement looking at him. And no, Scotty's not normally like that, but he's had too many defensive errors through his rookie season to say he's like already our top guy. I gotta say it goes OG. It's got to go OG, Gary, and then I think Yuta Watanabe and Scotty Barnes are probably pretty neck and neck. But Yuta doesn't really have the same defensive responsibility as Scotty. You got to keep that in mind. But you are referring to on-ball defenders, so that is a fair point there. Scotty Barnes will be a defensive menace in the league for years to come. And I got to shout out the 45 people who are watching with us right now. HS22 saying, can you believe the Raptors are 27th in the league in pace, 29th in the league in assists, and one of the worst shooting teams in the league? Yeesh, I did not realize those pace and assist stats. I mean, everyone said we would feel the absence of Kyle Lowry. We definitely do. We'll figure it out. We're also one of the youngest, right? I always use that as an excuse, but no matter which way you put it, you don't like to see that. We're sort of like a best shot team, right? No one's a selfish individual out there. We always look for the best shot and trust the guy who's shooting it. Nice steal there by the Raptors. Svi Mikhailuk gets the bucket in transition. But yeah, those are some depressing stats, I won't lie. Shayar in the chat saying, Josh, if we lose to the Bucks without Giannis, this season's officially over. I mean, I'm already feeling like this isn't a must-win game, so maybe I've checked out of this season subconsciously. I'm just enjoying watching our young Raptors go out and ball, but that would be a bad sign. So Svi Mikhailuk with a big defensive steal there, finds Yuta in the corner. Man, cash it. We've been talking about Yuta Watanabe. Flames are coming on for Yuta. Nice little corner bucket for him. 1-800-LUNATIC saying, getting lost on defense. They locked in there those last couple of possessions, but you're right, that's been an issue. And Magnetic Knowledge saying, sup Josh, watching Warwich, but came to like. I appreciate it anyways. Say what's up to everyone over there at the Warwich Report. Tom Moreau saying, people are blinded by Barnes' raw talent and charisma. Let's pump the brakes. Rookie of the year would be great. It would be great. Definitely. And it is funny, right? Because I know Scotty Barnes is a great defender, but there are moments where like a bona fide star in the league will blow right by him or just kind of rookie him. Like even Enes Kanter had a bucket on him the other day where I was like, Scotty, you just got bullied by Enes. But he's 20 years old. So it's going to happen. But it is funny. We see those things and you're just like, I'm going to forget I even saw that. Scotty Barnes, top defender. And I do the same thing, right? Like he's going to be that guy, so I'm not worried. 1-800-LUNATIC saying Fred is such an underrated defender. Oh my God, you're right. I can't believe I didn't just put Fred in my like top Raptors defenders. Yeah, he's definitely above Yuta and Scotty for me as well. He does it so routinely. I kind of sleep on it. You're right. Fred, major underrated defender. And he's not, like Lowry you couldn't post up. Fred, you can, but Fred's hands are just even better than Kyle's were in terms of prying out steals and getting big time, even blocks. I mean, Fred had more blocks last year than Aaron Baines. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. Jesse Boudreau saying with the Chua starting this season, it's already over. Yeah, I mean, having a 6'9" sophomore center isn't a great recipe for success in your starting lineup. He's definitely played better off of the bench. It's a development year. Shayar with the trade Pascal, we're already starting with that. Nettie saying, can the Raptors just commit to tanking? If they can somehow get this score Wiseman, OG, Barnes, Trent Jr., and Maxey by trading Siakam, Dragic, and Fred, this will be solid after 2 years. Fred's a guy I want to hold on to, at least for another season. But you're talking about getting Wise. I'm not going to lie. I'm not big on Wiseman either. I agree, Nettie, you're thinking in the right direction of let's just get better and improve this team for the future. But I'm not big on Wiseman. I don't know what it is. He wasn't that great in his rookie season when he came in with all that hype. I know he didn't play because of some eligibility issues, which hurt him. There was a fair bit of things that plagued that rookie year for him. I guess if you can get your 7-footer, go ahead and take it. He's young, he's athletic, you can work with it. But I don't know. He's not the James Wiseman everyone thought we would end up with in the league. Maybe the Raptors could bring him there. I would be happily corrected if they could. All right, here we are, back underway. Hill's bringing the ball up for the Bucks. He's guarded by Svi Mikhailuk. Drew Holiday operating in the mid-range. It's a nice floater bucket there. Fred VanVleet bringing it up for the Raps now. And we got 51 live viewers, so shouts out everybody who's watching right now. We got about 5:30 left here in the second quarter, so definitely tune in the rest of the match with us. All right, Pascal with the ball. How many points does Pascal have right now? He's got 9. So that doesn't seem too bad at all for midway through the second. His efficiency might not be great, but all right, Precious low in the post. That was a tough move to hit. He's got to have a better go-to move down there. But shot clock was about to expire. We missed the shot. Shayar saying, Josh, Franz Wagner coming for Scotty's Rookie of the Year award. Okay, Franz Wagner, I gotta completely take a second to explain myself. On Courtside Digest, I released a video saying that I thought Franz Wagner was going to be the bust of the draft. Yes, the bust of the draft. And I am proper and professional enough to stand up here and say I was completely wrong. I know he's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's not on a great team. Maybe he's amplified in his rookie season. But either way, I did not see this coming whatsoever. Like, even a little bit. I looked at his stats at Michigan. So he had played 2 years in college. He averaged like 11 points. And then the next season averaged 12. I was just like, okay, for a guy who's supposed to be like a first rounder, a lottery pick in the deepest draft since 2003. And he has 2 college seasons. And he, at most averages like 12.4 points. And to me, I watched him play. Like, he wasn't, everyone's talking about how much of a freak athlete he was. I did not see it. When he was in college, I didn't see him being that off the charts athletically. I didn't see him translating to the NBA whatsoever. And I know it's not fair to use this as a measure, but his brother Mo Wagner came into the league in the first round. Pretty big expectations to the Lakers. Flunked out, like didn't do anything. And I wasn't putting Franz in the category of that because of his brother. There was a bunch of reasons. And oh my God, I could not be wrong. I still don't check the comments on that video. If you guys want to see me get torn apart in a comment section, go pull up my video on Franz Wagner on Courtside Digest. I promise you, I'm getting cooked. I was wrong. I was really wrong. Julian in the chat asking, where are you from? I'm from Newmarket, so just due north of the city being Toronto. 1-800-Lunatic saying, I think Wiseman is going to be an all-star player in the league in a few years, but his defensive IQ is questionable. See, that's fair. He's got like the league-ready body. He's got all the tools we would want to work with, but yeah, nothing about him seems overly natural. He didn't do great. I mean, Golden State's a pretty good team, and I know that last year for them wasn't awesome. I just expected to see a bit more. I know he was injured at times. James Wiseman had a disappointing rookie season, but it doesn't mean the Raptors can't get a ton of value out of him right now. For the right deal, I would take it. Van Vliet misses the 3, and it's going Bucks ball here. We are up 41-36, guys. So this is nice. A winning score. It's a low-scoring game. Yeah, Marcel pointing that out too, saying, yo, what's up with the score? Shayar, I gotta say, the Franz to Dirk comparison is out of pocket. But Franz, he's a German baller, man. I think he will be really good. I don't know about really good, but he's definitely shut me up. I was wrong about him. Wrong. I'm eating my words live on live stream. Nick saying, if we don't win this game, it's time to embrace the tank. Who's your tank commander if we don't win this game? Wait, does Scotty Barnes just hit another 3? I think he might have hit another 3, or at least got a bucket. Wow. Scotty. Oh, Fred getting his hands in there on Bobby Portis, but he gets out the ball. Grayson Allen to Hill, to Middleton. Nice job by Scotty Barnes. Great defense by the rookie. Great perimeter D, but Gary Trent coughs up a turnover, and it ends up in our net. Bobby Portis scoring for the Bucks. We're up by 6. Nick G saying Giannis-less Bucks should be a must-win. It should be. So yeah, not winning this tonight would be a pretty big statement as to where the direction of our season's going. And I got to be real too. I don't think the Bucks are that great of a team, like at all. I think it just speaks to the dominance of Giannis. And the fact that Giannis was like, I'm going to stick it out and get it done in Milwaukee is just crazy, man. He's already an all-time great. But yeah, I do think they're a good team, but like not really a team that's just waiting to get the final piece, right? That the final piece is Giannis, which is why they did it. But just any other all-star wouldn't bring them to a contending team. You need the MVP depoy, Greek freak himself to get it done. But another bucket there by Middleton. He's shutting me up right now. We're up by 4 points. And if you guys are watching right now, drop a like spike in the chat, man. I love this animation. I always call it the Skyrim era. We got 40 live viewers, so shouts at everybody who's tuning in. Pascal in the post. That's a goaltend. That was a goaltend. Yeah, they're counting that. There we go. So the bucket counts for Pascal Siakam. I can't believe it wasn't whistled down right away, but Bobby Portis picking up a goaltend there on Spicy P. Shayar saying, Josh, how tall are you and how tall is Ben? Because Ben looks small standing next to you. Ben's like, I don't know how tall he is. Don't get it twisted. He's good on the court. But I'm 5'10", so I think Ben's probably like 5'7", 5'8", something like that. You know, it's funny, for a bunch of guys who run a basketball channel, we don't really look like basketball players. And Precious running down the lane, man. Turning on the Flames for that. Big transition dunk for him. Love him or hate him, Precious Achiuwa gets some hype plays for this team. He can throw it down. And Scotty Barnes picking up a foul there guarding Middleton. I don't mind that. He's been breathing down Middleton's neck. So right now, Siakam with a really impressive 15, 5, and 2. And I know I'm the Siakam hater, but I'm showing him love right now. Siakam is balling out. He's having an efficient night. He's 7 of 10 on field goals, 1 of 2 from three-point range. No defensive stats yet. He has a couple turnovers, but net positive so far, to say the least. Scotty Barnes covering Chris Middleton again. I'm excited they gave him that matchup. Middleton misses the shot. Van Vliet there to get the rebound and bring it up. It's back in Pascal's hands. He's posting uphill. Finds Gary. I love this. Come on. Gary's shot's been a little bit off. He misses again. I got that points bet on him, so hopefully he can start getting me some buckets soon. And like I said, if you guys have any bets of your own on the line tonight, even if it's not in this game, toss them in the chat, man. I want to hear about them. Shayar reminding me that, Josh, you're taller than Isaiah Thomas and Muggsy Bogues. It's a very short list of, no pun intended. It's a short list of players that I'm taller than in the NBA. I swear they stat pad Fred Van Vliet too. There's no way that man's 6 foot. Maybe in basketball shoes. Shayar saying Franz Wagner, better 3-point shooter than Dirk was in his rookie year. That could be. You got to remind yourself that Franz. Dirk came into the league a long time ago. His rookie season was ages ago. And that was sort of before the 3-point revolution in the NBA. Players now come into the league ready to stretch the floor from the logo. Look at Bones Highland. Or I call him Highland. He's jacking up shots from wherever. The kids these days are built different. We can't put that comparison completely direct. And I'll say it right now because it's gone up so far in the chat. We got 52 live viewers. I'm dropping a like spike. If you guys are seeing this, drop a like. It helps us out a ton. Tom Moreau saying, everyone misses how well Siakam is setting up others. That's true. When Siakam gets deep in the post, he is pretty good about hitting he's gotten way better at moving the ball his whole career. You look at his assist numbers, they've consistently gone up. He's not the perfect player, but Tom is right. He does do a good job of playmaking for others. Sometimes he has trouble flicking that switch a bit, but the numbers do speak for themselves. He's a good passer at this point in his career for sure. Shayar making me feel good about myself here, saying, Josh, to be honest, you're actually as tall as a couple NBA players. Probably literally a couple. I think it'd be Isaiah. You can't even consider IT anymore. I guess sort of Fred. Maybe Chioza. I feel like even a guy like Campazzo is taller than me. Okay, and Shayar's saying that one small dude on the Warriors is 5'11". That's Chris Chioza, so there we go. We were on the same page. I can't get over these Scotty Barnes 3-pointers. So right now, he's 3 of 5 from 3-point. We've seen him be a bunch of different players already this season. The Scotty Barnes identity crisis. He's been a lockdown ISO defender. He's been a mid-range master. He's been in the post master. He's now learned to shoot the 3-pointer. And he's also, like I said, a playmaker just at random times. This kid has focused, it's funny. You can see him directing his focus on different parts of the game as his rookie season goes on. He's like, okay, got to work on this. Spend a few games mastering it. Move on to the next. Move on to the next. Move on to the next. The 3-point phase is here right now, and he's shooting it efficiently. Scotty Barnes, man, I cannot get over it. I watch a lot of NCAA hoops, and I got to give him credit. He did look like a good player. I mean, deserved to be drafted 4th overall. He did not have this offensive bag. There must be something in the water in Toronto. That coaching staff, that development team. I'm not going to take away all the credit from Scotty, but perfect storm that he ended up on the Raptors. HS22 saying Barnes is the future Kawhi. Crosaith saying they really got to involve Scotty more. It's like they're ignoring him. They've definitely made Scotty Barnes earn his stripes. There's no doubt about that. Rayquaza is saying Campazzo is 5'4". Everybody hates Campazzo. They call him a rat. They don't like him, but I'm a big fan of how he plays. But maybe that's just because I'm a short guy that needs to hustle a lot too when I play basketball. That could be it. Rayquaza is saying Barnes has to be number 1 option starting next year. I agree. Sophomore year is when you can expect like star players to really start kicking it in. Like I said, even guys like LeBron didn't come into the league in their rookie year and lead a team to the playoffs. It doesn't necessarily happen like that. But you see early development, and I think the sophomore year is when you can turn the page to being like, not necessarily the guy, but a primary scorer who can be looked to in big moments. And I think Scotty Barnes won't be an exception to that at all. Tom Moreau saying, y'all hate Siakam, and yes, he's always the focus of the other team. And yet he's always the focus of the other team. Him and FVV, go figure. The attention to Siakam only helps Barnes. Tom Moreau's spitting some truth. I got to give respect to Tom Moreau. He comes in with a lot of fair takes, defending our players. You need guys like Tom Moreau in the fan base. He's speaking the truth. As much as I have my own frustrations with Siakam, I'm very open about it. I do think we should move him. Should we move him for nothing? No, I don't think we should mismanage our assets, but I am on that page of I think our team could go in a different direction. But Tom Moreau brings up another redeeming thing about his game. He demands a lot of attention, especially when he gets deep in the post where he likes to score, the spin moves, and he's been good at finding others and then taking away some of the attention from Scotty so we can get those nice open 3-pointers and work on that range shot. Toronto's Backyard with Susie saying, notice Pascal on Reddick's podcast today. Did you listen? I did not. I've seen a lot about Reddick's podcast. Like, what is it called again? Like, Old Man in the 3? Something like that. Something riddled like that. I have not heard it yet, but it does seem like JJ Redick's destined to be a big personality in NBA media to come. And he seems like the right guy for it. I like JJ Redick. I have not heard the Pascal podcast, though. I got to tune into that. If anyone's listened to it, drop in the comments what you guys think. And then Shay R saying attention on OG only helps Siakam. I mean, they're like a 1A, 1B situation. So I think it's kind of luck of the draw as to who gets the better defender. But you're right, the more better players you get on the court, the more just in general you'll be splitting up defensive attention. So it's good like that. Tom Moreau saying all this team needs is a legit center and some experience. I agree. Experience being the big key there. That's where those sloppy pace and assist stats come from. I mean, you're there in offensive rebounds, so you guys have a high motor, you're physical, you can go up there and get the easy play, not the easy plays, but the plays that are right in front of you that you don't need to think much about, go and get the rebound. Our guys are hustling, they're working. But when it comes to the intricate things like setting up plays, cashing in assists, we're struggling, right? And the fouls too. We're working hard on defense, we're not allowing anything easy. These are very telltale signs of a team that's developing, and obviously a center would help. And EHT right on cue saying, we need Jared Allen. People are saying we should have been the team to pay him out that fat contract, but he's playing like an all-star, so I can't even question the payday anymore. And JA is pretty young. I think he's like 24, maybe 25. But either way, he fit into our young core. The woulda, the shoulda, the coulda. We don't have him. And oh my God, I'm kind of just taking in the fact that it's 48-40 right now at halftime. This is a low-scoring affair, guys. It was last game too, but this one noticeably so. Shay R saying it was a good podcast. Giving some credit here to the JJ Redick podcast collab there with Pascal Siakam. You guys have a moment, go check it out. We got 55 live viewers. And just because I can, I will play my like spike again. Here it is. EHT saying trade Siakam for Jared Allen in a first round pick. That doesn't sound like bad value, but it does kind of suck a little bit thinking about how we could have just got Jared Allen in free agency. And maybe the Cavs would be open to that because they have Evan Mobley now, who's going to be, the center of the future. They tend to play him at the 4 sometimes, but I think the comfortable, fully developed position for Evan Mobley is at the 5. So who knows? Maybe you get Cleveland to do it. He'd certainly help them. And Rahul asking an interesting question here, saying, do you like Sam Mitchell? I'm going to answer that in 1 second. I got to read Pito first, who's saying Siakam is a keeper. He's a player on the team. He's a good player on the team. He ain't the man, though. I like the team. We're missing that middle. Once we get that, look out. I feel like we're a lot of middle. We got a lot of guys who are good. And that's why I say we're always one superstar away from doing something special. And no one's questioning Siakam's ability to be a good two-way player in the league. It's just the pay grade, right? He's a bit older than our core two. There's some practical things here that come into question. If this was just a go year and he was on a exactly fair contract, I'd be the biggest Pascal Siakam fan in the world. But you just got to speak to the pragmatics of the business sometimes. But definitely not a Pascal hater. I tried not to be. And then to go back to Rahul here, saying, do you like Sam Mitchell? I really like the person that Sam Mitchell is. He's a former NBA Coach of the Year with the Toronto Raptors. He's stuck around the organization. I got tremendous respect for Sam Mitchell. The one thing that does irk me about Coach Mitchell, the year after we won a championship and ended up with 59 regular season wins, opposed to the season before with Kawhi, where we got 58, he went and said after Kawhi left, being the reigning champions, we wouldn't even make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. He put us outside of the playoffs. As someone with his ear to the ground in the Raptors organization, spends every day in Scotiabank working with people around the team, how can he not know that we were still a good team, capable of at least making the playoffs? We went to the second round, game 7. We were a decent team. I'm going to rephrase that. We were a good team. We weren't a great team like the year before. But ever since that moment with Sam Mitchell, I've been a little bit salty about him. I'm sure he's come out since and cleared his name and apologized for what he said, as he should. But all in all, I like Sam Mitchell. But everything with a grain of salt. People turn their back on you quick. I'm sounding way too salty about Sam. But Meow the Cat, another classic name in the chat, saying, Raps front office messed up a little this year. 100 emoji, 100 emoji. Yeah, they're playing long ball. So we'll see how it looks next year and the year after. But you're right, there was some deals that Jared Allen, some people consider that a mess up. Why didn't we at least get in on offering him that contract? Maybe we did and we just don't know. I know that we were interested at very least. Out of the things we did get right though, the probable rookie of the year, Scotty Barnes. The OG Anunoby contract that we signed at some point last season is looking like great value right now. The Norman Powell trade makes sense. We got rid of Baines. He's not around anymore. We didn't panic to solve our situation at center, which I like, because otherwise you panic and give $18 million to an old veteran looking for a payday, and he ends up having a season like Aaron Baines, a.k.a. the Tank Commander. So we're making chess moves, guys. We're expected to take a step back. I can't measure the front office at the moment. But I can tell you I've had some times questioning Nick Nurse this season, which I've never experienced before. Starting to question some authority here on the Raptors. And not routinely, but it's the first time where I've thought to myself, okay, maybe Nick Nurse didn't just make the smartest move. And who am I to evaluate that? A fan. But Nick Nurse is a great coach. I'm not trying to speak too generally on him. Shayar saying, Josh, Sam Mitchell, Coach of the Year. He's one of the few guys on TSN that knows basketball. Most of the TSN guys are hockey guys, put in the basketball world. 110% correct. I always find it so funny when the Overdrive guys, Brian Hayes, Jeff O'Neill, I forget the other guy's name, but they're a local radio show. I'm sure you guys see them on all the time. They're really good. They are honestly really good, but when it comes to basketball, they do have some blasphemous takes. Somehow they still maintain pretty good entertainment value. I don't turn it off, even though I'm laughing at some of the things they say. But you're right. Sam Mitchell does hold it down for hoops on TSN, except for when he leaves the Raptors out of the playoff picture in 2020. Come on now, get serious. Tom Moreau asking, Mo Bamba, is he untouchable? Doesn't surprise me. I was begging for him before the season, and now it's too late. If that's true, that's a wise investment, because I wouldn't have been one to look at Mo Bamba and say, all right, like this is the guy worth making a big trade for. Even now, he's playing really good. And I did hear rumblings of him having a great offseason where he was going to come back and have a career year. And he's delivered fully. Everything comes with a price. And I do feel like the Mo Bamba price is too high right now. You got to give credit to the people who were looking at him even before this point. But I think that ship has sailed, unfortunately. But Tom, we'll give you your credit on finding that Mo Bamba pick before it was really a hot take or a popular take in Raptors community. Nettie saying, Josh, if you can build your future core starting five for the Raptors under 25 years old, who will it be? Plus lottery draft down the road. We got GM mode going on right now. Nettie, I got to say that the three guys on this team that I look at that are younger than 25, who I know we just got to put some money and faith into, and not in any particular order, are OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Gary Trent Jr. Those are the three players where I feel very strongly that they could be a championship core. Why? They all play defense. They can all cover the wing. I mean, you look at some of the greatest pairings in NBA history. There's a lot of wing duos. I think Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan are the most iconic demonstration of this. When your two most dominant players play on the wing, they can affect a little bit of everything in the game. Kawhi is another great example of Kawhi and Siakam when they were teamed up. Those are two guys that can affect the game a little bit everywhere, whether it's guarding a center, whether it's guarding a guard, whether it's scoring in the post or stretching the floor. You want versatile guys as your best players. So the fact that Gary, OG, and then Scotty being all wing guys, and I know Gary's more of a shooting guard, but a shooting guard with size who can play the small forward spot, I love those dudes to be our guys in the future. I can't think too far down the road in terms of the draft. I mean, Paulo Banchero is my favorite player coming up, but that's not a hot take at all. We will need to find a 7-footer somewhere. I think if we could figure out a Moses Brown deal, just because he's not getting it done in Dallas, he might be getting on for a decent price pretty soon. Pounce and see what you can do. But I'll narrow it down to those three guys. I can't go too deep into who's going to be available where across the league. I do have my favorite players in different spots. I need to give some more thought to that. But on our team right now, the three that are sticking around, I hope and pray, are OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Gary Trent Jr. And by the way, if you guys haven't followed Gary Trent Jr.'s dad, who played in the league, obviously Gary Trent Sr., on Instagram yet, let me tell you, it is a hilarious follow. The stuff this guy posts, it's not exactly PG, but it's hilarious. Go check it out. One of the best follows I've given out recently. And we got 70 live viewers, so I'm going to drop a quick another like spike in the chat. And here we go. Second half under the way. Let's see if we get some more scoring and a potential Raptors W. We're up by 8. Siakam guarding Drew at the moment. Holiday pulls up, misses the mid-range, and Gary's there with the rebound. How many points does Gary have? He's got 5 points. That's not good for my bets. But they're not dead yet. Siakam in the post. Nice move. Wow. Lost control and finds Gary from 3. That's a brick. That is a brick. I hate doing this, guys, but the ice is on the screen. And then Middleton with a basket at the other end for the Bucks. Gary Trent Jr. is a little bit out of it right now. He's shooting 1 of 6 from 3-point range. He's got a steal and a block. Doing a little bit of defensive work, but we need him to be a bucket getter. Precious sets the pick for Fred. Fred's about to get triple teamed here. All right, Scotty from 3. Why not? Misses the shot, but wow, he's ready. As soon as that ball hits his fingertips, he's ready to square up and shoot the thing. Drew Holiday cutting through the paint. Finds Bobby. Yeah, and then Precious fouls him. That actually looked like it could have been ball first, but I think that foul is going to stick. They're shooting 2. Oh yeah, I was seeing some Christian Wood rumors, and I know that Ben put out a video on it. Just seeing some of those rumblings here in the chat right now. Danu in the chat saying Moses Brown literally doesn't have any skills. He's just tall. Well, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you on that one. I think that probably is the case, but I know that he wears his heart on his sleeve and is a big hustle guy. And if you're 7 feet tall and can do that, and you're like 21 to 22 years old, go to the Raptors. They're going to get the most out of you. And we need a guy with that stature right now. Just a serviceable 7-footer. It can help change our defensive schema. I mean, as long as the guy can play defense, it'll be something to work with. And if it's a failed project, it's a failed project. Hopefully it only costs you like a second round pick or an aged out Goran Dragic, something like that. I could live with losing that to try it out. But the 7-footer is an apparent need. Fred VanVleet knocking down the three. That's wrong button, guys. It's hot in here right now. But HS22 saying number 1 Moses Brown, number 2 Christian Wood, number 3 JV, the return of Valanciunas. Wouldn't that be sweet? People have been calling for that all season. I wonder if he's still leading the league in 3-point percentage. But JV's just steadily improved. He's always been a double-double machine, but just having a versatile game now. We made a deal with the devil, guys. We got Marc Gasol, got our championship, got Kawhi, got rid of DeMar. You already know the story. It's written on the wall. We're going to need to pay 2 years in purgatory until we return to contention. But that's natural. At least we got a banner hanging forever. Someone in Raptors Reddit posted this. It said, Raptors fans are poor but act like they never know what it's been, Raptors fans were rich but act like they don't know what it's like to be poor before. I butchered that thing completely, but you guys get what I mean. We've been down as an organization for a long time. And we've had the luxury of someone come and uplift this organization, make the right moves. I mean, DeMar DeRozan you can start with, Kyle Lowry, Masai Ujiri, just doing a whole 180 on the ship and bringing us to a contending situation for many years. We can't act like we've never been poor before, but we at least know what it's like to be rich, and so do the players, so they're going to be looking for that taste of winning again. Tom Moreau saying, I've not given up on Gil as a third center. Believe you're talking about Freddie Gillespie, probably. Freddie Gillespie, I gotta say, he was driving me nuts. He is like a 7-footer who can defend. People kind of forget that he was a great defender. And I always say, well, if you don't think he's a good defender, then why do you think he's in the lineup right now? Because he certainly isn't scoring. And Michael Bunting and Austin Matthews courtside at the game. If you guys aren't following Leafs content, go over to Leafs Digest and hit us up, man. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, comment on our vids. We got a ton of content coming out, and the Leafs are leading the NHL in points right now, in wins. So definitely go get a fix. Get on the bandwagon before it leaves town. And Pascal Siakam with a big block there for the Raptors. But what I was saying about Freddie Gillespie, I'm all over the place right now, guys. Freddie G is just... We gave him that contract as sort of a feel-good morale booster to last year, and he earned it. But I think we're making the right move, letting guys like Precious and even Chris, I guess, a little bit play over him. I mean, having Freddie Gillespie is not a long-term move at all right now. He's not going to become a serviceable player. Yes, he's decent at defense, but his absolute inability to score on the inside will make him a liability at the end of the day. They don't even need to guard him. It's upsetting, but shout out Freddie G. He was a great personality to bring through. And shouts out the 82 live viewers we got. You guys are the best, man, and we got a game on our hands. Who just hit that 3? Please tell me it was Scotty Barnes. I don't think it was, but... Jennifer in the chat asking, how do I get rich? You put faith in Masai. We will be back one day. Oh, man, I hate when Raptors fans fight in the chat. Man email saying, what's the point on even playing if we aren't guaranteed the chip? Yeah, actually, guys, I'm sign off right now. We're done. There's no championship. I'm going to pack up camp here, and I'll see you guys next year. Sonk. We're sticking it out, guys. It's going to be fun watching these players develop anyways. And we got a Rookie of the Year candidate on our team. That's like the biggest blessing any basement team can have is strong rookies, because even when you're losing, there's exciting things to tune in for every night. And I still get excited about guys like Precious Achiuwa, right? Like, he could be a big piece for us coming off the bench in the future. There's a lot to be excited about. Let's embrace the feeling of being poor, because we know what it's like to be rich. And when you're rich, knowing what it's like to be poor makes it that much better. We don't take it for granted. Gillespie was equally as bad as Precious offensively. Oh, and then 1-800-Lunatic also reminding me that Fred hit the 3. 1-800-Lunatic, I got to disagree with you. I don't think Gillespie is equally as bad as Precious offensively. I think Precious is already a considerable bit better. And also, he's so much younger that, we're just working with a lot more development years before his prime. I got to give Precious the edge there, but I get what you're saying. Freddie G wasn't that bad. He just is the lack of offense is really just a nail in the coffin with him. He couldn't do it in summer league, like even remotely. He was going like 1 of 9 in the summer league with open looks. It wasn't going to happen, unfortunately, but you got to feel the impact of a character player like that on your organization and be thankful nonetheless. Okay, Tom Moreau clarifying everything right now, saying Romano Gill, not Gillespie. I was wrong. We've been arguing about nothing right now, but I mean, shout out Freddie Gillespie, former Raptor. We discuss him at times anyhow. But Romano Gill, I've heard that name a lot, but unfortunately, I don't know him well as a player. So if he's 7 feet and serviceable and kind of young, I'm interested. But a little bit of a casual right now, not knowing who Romano Gill is. I've definitely heard the name a fair bit. Oh, wow. Scotty Barnes. Gary Trent Jr. getting rejected pretty bad there by Bobby Portis, who's fired up. Bobby Portis' eyes just snapped wide open. The guy looks tweaking out 24/7, but he's big hustle. Getting the block there on Gary. Mike Vick pointing out there's 11 fouls on Toronto. LOL. Jeez. Another rough night from the whistle, but it is really our own fault. Nettie bringing up an interesting trade that I would not have thought of previously, but how about a De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento? I would assume at that point you're probably sending back a Fred VanVleet or have other plans for Fred. I wouldn't mind De'Aaron Fox. I mean, he's just a super athlete, right? Wow, Scotty Barnes. Big bucket there in the paint, testing out the mid-range, making sure it still works. It still works. He's not just a three-point shooter. But yeah, I like De'Aaron Fox. I'm a big fan of his game, but I don't think there's a team where him and Fred VanVleet play together. And part of me is a little tempted to say I'd rather keep Fred just because he is proven on that next level. He's a better defender, probably a better shot maker too from 3. But I get it. We're building towards the future. Freddie's kind of a bit up there in age. He's in his prime, but we got guys before their prime. There may be some value in that trade, but I'm iffy on that one. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And shouts out to the 72 live viewers who are with us right now. So HS22 saying we need salary filler for Dragic, most likely Kleba. or Maxi Kleber. I like the way you spelled it though, Kleba. I'm going to start calling him Kleba. I'm a big fan of him. I actually do like him a lot. I know he's had a bit of a weird season. I had him for a little while in Raptors Digest Fantasy. So anybody who's in that league might have seen me pick up Maxi at some point. But I wouldn't mind him. He can shoot threes. He can rebound. He's nothing special. He's just kind of a rotation piece at best. But as cap filler, could be an option. I do like him. He stood out to me before. I would say I'm a Maxi Kleber fan. Gary, there we go. Flames, they're coming on, folks. They're coming on. Gary Trent Jr. He's got how many points now? Okay, that's going to be 8 points. Let's get cooking, Gary. He's having an inefficient night. Wow, the Bucks cannot score without Giannis. And watch, they're going to go and get a nice bucket here. But Drew Holiday with the ball. He's being guarded by Scotty. That's a long 2, and he misses. Get the rebound. There we go. Yeah, they're struggling without the Greek Freak for sure. Okay, Gary. Oh, finds Pascal. That's a good take, but misses it. Offensive rebound for Scotty Barnes. Scotty jack up the 3. Okay, his handle's looking so much better. Oh, dude, I thought he was going to just absolutely bust right by Portis. And there we go. Precious Achiuwa with a strong move to the basket, getting the lay-in. He kind of needed to Euro that one up, but gets the bucket. Shayar saying Josh, Budenholzer or Nurse? Nurse 10 times. Like, I don't even mean to just like attack this question, Shayar. I'm happy you asked, but Mike Budenholzer, in my opinion, is the most overrated coach in sports. Mike Budenholzer is not the guy. Like, that team entirely was, in my opinion, carried by Giannis Antetokounmpo. We have not seen a force on the basketball court this dominant since Shaquille O'Neal. But it's like taking the brain of Kobe Bryant and putting it in Shaq's body. That's Giannis. Like Giannis is just the humble workhorse who will come after anybody. He doesn't care. Defense, offense, he's going to get the job done. He wants to win. But he's got the frame and the intensity of Shaq. I don't know. I think that he had that whole organization on his back and he said, let's go, and brought them to a chip. I don't like Mike Budenholzer's rotations. I mean, you rewind to 2019 where he's letting Drake get in his head. We're talking about Drake getting in his personal real estate up here, distracting him from the game on the court. Like Mike Budenholzer, to me, he seems like a weak personality. I'm not a big fan of him. And yes, I'm attacking him. You guys probably think like, what vendetta does he have against Mike Budenholzer? Literally nothing. I've just constantly looked at the Bucks and said, wow, Budenholzer does this team no favors whatsoever. I'm going in right now. Tom Moreau with a hot take saying sell high on Trent. I'd be interested to see if you put him on the trade block, the kind of offers that would be coming back in, but Toronto's backyard with Susie saying this is a fourth quarter sport. Yes, it is. That's the crucial time. So let's see if we can continue to play well and walk away with a W. I mean, retool season or not, you're going to need some wins in there to get the most out of a developing year. And without the Greek Freak there for Milwaukee, while you're at home, it would be very nice to get a W. And I wonder when OG Anunoby's coming back. If anybody's got details on that, let me know, because they've been pretty ambiguous about what they're saying of guys' injuries. Even Utah, we didn't have a very clear timetable on. We just woke up one morning and found out he was going to be in the lineup. And that is how it goes sometimes, but I think they leave themselves that little bit of cushion, or just, they don't say a whole lot, because in a season like this, they don't really want to owe anybody a whole lot. If they want to keep someone on the bench a little longer to maybe lose a game, they'll do that, or to give other guys playing time. There is chess being played right now in the Raptors front office, so they're being tight-lipped when it comes to injuries. But I am very curious to figure out when OG Anunoby will be back. And Aziz saying, your bet looking good. Is it right now? I think it might be looking all right. Okay, 8 points for Gary. Like, that's not too bad. But what's the assist numbers like for Fred? I haven't checked this in a moment. Where are you, Freddie? All right, Aziz, I'm going to assume you were being sarcastic because he's got 2 assists. I'm getting trolled in the chat. My bet does not look good. Not good at all. Milwaukee with the basket. It's 54-63. I said that in reverse, but we're up right now by 9 points currently on Milwaukee. 6:15 in the third quarter. And shouts out the 73 people who are watching with us right now. Scotty Barnes in the mid-range, backing down Bobby. Finds Van Vliet. Well, that was kind of a risky pass. Throws it up. Misses the three-pointer. I've been harping on Scotty Barnes' assist numbers, saying they deserve to be better than they are, which I still... Oh, wow. Precious Achiuwa. Okay, Flames coming on for a defensive play. And then at the other end... Oh, we're picking up the charge, but the Flames will stay on because Precious Achiuwa, fearless, meeting the Bucks at the rim and getting a big block. Nice. Oh, you love to see that. Who was that he just blocked? Number 54? Who was that? But Drew Holiday there at the other end to take the charge from Siakam. Man, that was big defensive energy there from Precious. I'm a Precious Achiuwa fan. I'm spreading the Precious propaganda. And the Bucks take away the ball. They got possession again. Still up by 9. Bobby takes the 3. Oh, pump fakes it and we get the steal. Okay, that's a... Ooh. Hey, get your hands off Precious. Don't make me pull up at Toronto right now. I'm looking for Bobby Portis. But yeah, the Raps getting a steal there. Bobby fouling Precious. It's going to be Raptors basketball. I'm just reading this comment a little bit out of context. Oh, sorry. Jose Calderon saying everything would be better if Scotty and Sabonis were paired together. Wow, what a nightmare of a front court that would be for opposing teams. Bashayar chiming in saying Pacers never trading Sabonis for Siakam. I don't think they will be either. They're in better hands, I believe, with Sabonis. No offense. That sounded so terrible. But Sabonis is a little bit younger and already like better numbers than Siakam. There is not a whole lot of impetus for them to do that trade. Meow the cat. Okay, I gotta say, Meow the cat always comes in with something funny. Saying, great charge by Pascal to secure the tank. We've clinched the tank, guys. Pascal Siakam laying the offensive fouls, but he's getting fouled too at the line right now. Hits his first free throw. He's got 16 points and honestly a pretty efficient night for Siakam. I got to give him his flowers when he deserves it. So right now, Pascal, 16 points. He's 7 of 11 and 1 of 3 from three-point range. And I think he's got some defensive stats too. He's got a block. Good game for Pascal. Solid to say the least. Shayar saying, Josh, are Europeans taking over the NBA? OG with the Raptors, Wagner with the Magic. I mean, you could leave him technically Giannis, even though he's of Nigerian descent, he is from Greece as well, which is Europe. Then you have Jokic, which I believe he's from the city of Belgrade. And where's Belgrade again? I asked this on a... There's a lot of talent in Europe, and even, Australia is not Europe, but the international players that are coming in are so gifted. Look at Josh Giddey, the Australian. That's someone that I made a video on as well, who I thought was going to be the steal of the draft. I'm just tooting my own horn. While the Bucks knocked down a 3, Drew Holiday connecting. We're currently up by 7 points. But yeah, there is a lot of international talent out there, and it's not a secret anymore. Even look at Luka Doncic. Genfro with the super chat. Basically just a shocked emote here. I might have missed the play that shocked you, but got a shout out to Genfro for the super chat. All right. And here we are right now. Chris Boucher, bonjour, the poutine himself, hands it to Fred. Fred cuts in the paint, and wow, what a block by Thanasis. He actually, they're brothers, so it's not really a hot take, but he looked like Giannis, fully turned into the form of Giannis there and got that block. You got to give him hustle. He's a great defensive player, but I was still dead shocked to see him get minutes over Bobby Portis in the NBA Finals. And like I said earlier, that was the moment I knew LiAngelo Ball would have a place in this league, because if you're a star and you have a brother who hoops, you can get him there. And Fred VanVleet, I've been looking for all sorts of excuses to turn on the Flames, but connecting on a three-pointer there, that's good enough for me. We're up 67-60. Nice bucket for Fred. There we go. Drew Holiday turning it over at the other end. The trade package the Bucks sent out for Drew Holiday, man, you would have thought he was Anthony Davis. Paid off. You won a championship. Who cares? Don't question it. But, Scotty Cutton. Oh, that would have been so nice. For all the kids out there, he was trying to go Jelly Fam. Jam Fam to Jelly. Misses the shot, but Scotty Barnes, an impressive little move there in the paint. And we got 70 live viewers. This has been a consistent number for us. So I'm happy everyone's tuning in, sticking around, enjoying the game. As I said, we're up. Who cares if it's a development year? We need to cash in on some W's to make these guys develop. So if you're watching right now, get involved and drop a like spike for me. Much appreciated. Aziz saying we should have brought the other brother up to play, referring to the Antetokounmpos. We did take on Alex Antetokounmpo, and I don't know if you guys have seen this clip. We've been always linked to the Antetokounmpo brothers. Always. Masai's been over any opportunity to get one. I know we wanted to sign Kostas Antetokounmpo, but ended up getting taken by the Lakers, who had priority to him off of the waiver sheet or off the waiver wire. The Raptors have always looked to get an Antetokounmpo, and they got Alex. And if you saw that viral clip of when they were interviewing, I believe it was Kostas, or maybe it was Thanasis, but it was Giannis and one of his brothers, one of the older ones. And they were, and Alex was there, looking very young. They're asking him, so I guess you're the next up to go and make the NBA, right? And Alex is just shaking. I guess so. And you could tell he was so nervous. But you look at him now, he looked like a kid in that clip. He's probably an NBA ready body at this point. Whether or not the skill and the IQ is there, probably not. Otherwise, we'd see him on the court. But, Chris. Oh, no. Blows the open layup. Those ones are actually tough. He had to turn around quick and collect himself. Not really an excuse for missing that, but Boucher continues to struggle. We get the stop at the other end, though, and they're the Bucks again. Clock's down. They got to shoot the ball. We're playing good defense. Nice job by Scotty Barnes getting up there. And then the shot clock violation. That's some solid defense. It's Raptors ball going the other way. HS22 saying, spank the like button, boys. She's been a naughty girl. Yes, I'll drop another like spike in there right now for the comment from HS22. If you guys are watching, drop a like. It's all love, and it's always much appreciated. Yeah, Graham coming into the chat here saying, no, Chris. Yeah, man, that's ugly. It isn't the easiest shot in the world. I mean, everyone's been there where you catch like or you catch a pass in the post, and then your defender bites, and you sort of spin off of him, and you got to collect yourself quickly and get the layup. He blew it. I get how it happens, but that sucks. Chris Boucher needs every little bit of help he can get at the moment. Tom Moreau coming to his guy's defense here saying, definite lack of Watanabe minutes. I've been noticing that, actually. I have been noticing that for sure. I mean, Utah's given us a nice spark off the bench. We're up right now, so I guess they've been rolling with the group that's been getting it done. But Yuta Watanabe, I'm sure, has not seen the last of this game. He should be getting back in pretty soon. Jen Fro just saying, Boucher's got to dunk that. Simple as that. That could have worked. He was a little off balance, but I always like, whenever a center lays up the ball, me being a 5'10" guy, I'm looking at you like, why? Just dunk it, man. It's intimidating. It's sick. Dunk it. But of course, I'm at home watching on my couch. Yeah, 1-800-LUNATIC here, basically reiterating what Tom Moreau's saying. I don't get why we have a full bench squad out there and Yuta's on the bench. Need more Yuta. Yeah, I think Yuta would help us a fair bit right now. He hit a shot earlier, played some good defense. He's having a nice game. I think Nick Nurse will get him back in. And see, this is the first season where I'm really looking at the lineup like having questions for Nick Nurse. Normally he kills his rotations. I don't question it at all. I leave it in his hands and just accept that I'm the fan. He's the coach of the year with an NBA ring. I let him do his thing, but he hasn't been in a situation where he needs to build up an NBA roster. He came to Toronto when we were good, became head coach when we were ready to win, and then now he's dealing with a recession, right? How is he going to adjust his coaching style to help build up a young team rather than being the finishing stamp? There are questions to be asked. Nick Nurse will be learning throughout this process too. But Yuta Watanabe, some more minutes would be appreciated from the fan base, clearly. Artisan saying Boucher's confidence is extra low. He's even scared when he's wide open under the rim. That is the telltale sign. When you're missing open looks and kind of looking over your shoulder like that, you're low in the confidence category when you're doing that kind of behavior. Meow the Cat saying Chris Boucher always gives a 110%. You can't take that away from him. I gotta disagree a little bit respectfully, Meow the Cat. I think sometimes he gets a little lackadaisical, especially when he's off ball on offense. I've noticed it. But I have given Chris Boucher his props for recently getting his head back into the game because he started challenging more opposing shots, more opposing dunks. He's looked a bit more fierce as of late, but I can't say it's been like consistent this season. Last year, yeah, I would agree with what you said completely, but he's been struggling a bit this year, in my opinion. Almost turns it over there to Thanasis, but it's keeping Raptors ball. 12 seconds here left on the shot clock, and we're leading 67-61 with 2:20 left in the third quarter. And Isaac Bonga is out right now for the Raptors. Chris from three. I haven't seen him hit a three-pointer in so long. How I miss it. But we get the offensive rebound. We're third in the league in that category. Fred with a long two. Nails it. So I think the ref might have called that a three-pointer, but I'm pretty sure his foot touched the line. But we'll take it for now. Fred VanVleet getting a big shot, putting us up by 9 points. Jordan Nwora with the ball. He was playing great for Nigeria with Precious Achiuwa this summer at the Olympics. Missed shot there for Middleton. VanVleet with the board, and we're heading back the other way. As I said, lead of 9 here. VanVleet guarded by Middleton. Paradise Lost in the chat saying Chris got to go. For the right deal, I think so. He's gone, I think, either way after this season. He's in a contract year. He'll probably go sign elsewhere. But some sloppy basketball going on. The Raptors somehow end up with the ball again after a series of turnovers. Fred VanVleet dribbling at the top of the key. From 3. Oh, and Chris with the follow-up. Hey, Meow the Cat saying he heard you, bro. Oh, that's a super chat. I got to put on the flames for my boy Chris Boucher there. He's waking up. He's waking up. Getting the putback dunk. He's raising the intensity. Meow the Cat is right. He did hear me. And Shayar saying Josh butchered. I think I'm... Okay, am I saying it right? Thanasis? I think I've been saying it Thanasis. Sounds like I'm saying Thanos. Yeah, I would assume I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. But is it Thanasis? I get in a tongue twister every time I try to say it. I'm just hurting myself here. So nice little putback there for Boucher. Fred VanVleet hitting a long 2, I believe. 1-800-Lunatic saying he thinks it was a 2 as well. And shouts out to the 70 people who are watching right now, guys. I mean, unreal community here. When I say you're the best, I literally mean it. Like, I came from the Raptors Digest community itself. I know how we are. And I'm just happy to be on the screen now with the brand. All right, so 71-62. Chris Middleton shooting another free throw here, and we got just under a minute left in the third quarter. So we're getting the replay. Yep. Yeah, that was a long 2 there for Fred. And Chris hits his second. Middleton, that is. Banton bringing up the ball for Toronto. Let's look at the stats here. Does Fred have any assists since I last looked? No, he's still got 2 assists. This bet might be sailed. Chris! Oh, man. I know Meow the Cat is giving it to me right now in the chat. Big bucket for Chris. Cuts off ball and gets it. That's what I was just... Ooh. Deep 3 there for Chris Middleton. Responding for the Bucks. But here's Svi Mikhailuk. Finds Chris again. This is the hot hand. Wow. Okay, great move by Chris. Doesn't go, but contorts himself past a couple defenders to get up a quality shot, and it just rims out. And yeah, 1-800-Lunatic saying Flynn has not played yet. That is a good point. I'd like to see my boy Malachi Flynn get some minutes. Banton hasn't really stood out either, so I wouldn't see any great reason for Banton to be playing over him. I mean, the Bucks are a pretty sizable team. You get Banton's length in there, it will help. Paradise Lost asking, how is Pascal doing? Paradise, I got to give it to him. He's having a pretty decent game. Nothing insane, but 16, 6, and 4. He's 7 of 11, and he's 1 of 3 from three-point range. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty good game for Pascal. And we are up, which is the big thing too. So giving Pascal the A- rating at the moment. Oh, wow. Okay, Yuta Watanabe got back out there and contested that shot by Chris Middleton at the buzzer, but I got to give it to Chris Middleton, man. He was ice cold hitting that shot. Ben Rogers in the chat saying, Boucher with the Mary Brown's poutine. You know this man knows about his poutine. Went to school in Montreal. Meow the Cat saying, bro, where is my Chris Boucher animation? We'll get that going in the works for you, Meow the Cat. You're sticking your neck out for Chris right now, and it's paid off. You bought low, and he's looking good. I was saying that his hustle could be better at times, which I'm a stand by, but you're correct right now in saying that he's giving it. So Chris Boucher, couple big buckets there for the Raptors, and we're still currently up. Dilson in the chat saying, watching from Nauru. Shouts out to Dilson, man. We got fans all over. Dilson saying he's a Bucks fan. Oh my God. Not even a part of the Raptors fan base, but hey, Dilson, we're happy to have you in here. Anyways, just enjoying the game. I was hyping up the championship Bucks there for a moment. I just gotta say, like I said earlier, Giannis is like taking Shaq's body and putting Kobe's brain in it. Like, just the perfect player. Like, he is so dominant. I haven't seen anything like it in my lifetime of watching basketball. So you guys got a good one. I'll leave it at that. But appreciate everybody who's tuning in. We got T-Bird Brad showing up saying, what's up? How's it going, T-Bird Brad? Happy to have you in the chat. Tom Moreau piping up saying Banton going to be up and down with the 905 a lot over next week. Good time to watch the 905. I agree. If you guys are in the GTA area, definitely go check out the 905 game. Someone brought them up in the chat the other day saying this is like people always post these articles like cool places to go check out in the GTA or like cool date ideas. Like right now, this 905 team, if you're looking for something to do, go watch a game. I mean, they're affordable tickets, it's local, and you get to see NBA level talent. I mean, We know the value of our G League affiliate. We have guys that were champions in the NBA and champions in the G League. That's rare. Pascal, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, just Chris Boucher. The list goes on of this alumni that come out of the G League pipeline for us. So go and see the future right now and go watch the G League team play. If you guys are all going, let me know over Instagram. I'll come through as well. But Shayar saying watching from Scarborough. We'll consider that the 6. And Paradise Lost saying Scotty the next Kawhi. And T-Bert Brad saying Scotty Barnes will be amazing like Giannis. They're both going to be great. I mean, Giannis is great. But Scotty Barnes is definitely destined to be as well. Raptors turn over the ball there. George Hill gets the turn or gets the steal. Oh, wow. That was okay. Yuta Watanabe laying the hockey hit there on Grayson Allen. I feel like I'm watching a Leafs game. Lays out Grayson Allen with a foul. Call buzz down, and it will be Bucks inbounding the ball. Shayar clarifying, Scarborough is Toronto. This is true, but when some people hear that you live in Scarborough, they assume it's a different place than Toronto. I just had to shout out the 6 and all the areas that are in it. Some people are hard on folks from Etobicoke too, trying to say they're not from the city, but I think that they're considered Toronto as well. Realistically, if you're on the subway blueprint, like you have subway stops near you that lead into the city, you are Toronto. I just pronounced the T in Toronto. Can't be doing that. Svi Mikhailuk from 3. Oh, almost got the shooter's bounce there, but Banton tries to put it back, misses, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks are coming back. We're only up by 5 points with 11 minutes left to go here in the game, so this thing is not over, guys. As I said earlier, even though this is sort of like a step back season, I mean, you still want to go ahead and win some games and build some character. And without Giannis in the lineup, you're at home. Get it done. We all want to see it. Paradise Lost saying watching from Waterloo. Shout out Waterloo. Been to a few parties down there for my buddies that go to Laurier and Waterloo. It's a fun city. And then Svi Mikhailuk at the other end, the Splash Bandicoot, getting a little lay in. Up by 7. Paradise Lost saying Brampton is not Toronto. Yeah, that's definitely true. If you ask them, they would try to pull it off that they're from Toronto, but you're right. Maybe my understanding of the downtown subway grid isn't as good as I thought, but yeah, the GTA is not Toronto. Greater Toronto Area is obviously what the acronym stands for, and I live in the GTA in Newmarket, and this is the suburbs. We are not in the city, so my geography just getting cracked down on. Meow the Cat saying Siakam has sick handles, LOL. They're not bad for a guy that size. I might have missed the play. That could be trolling. I think I just missed something decently important. Cookit's son saying, if this challenge is successful, that's game. Seems early to call game, but I did miss the play that just went down, so I'll need to check that out in a moment. Looking at the stats right now for the Raptors. So Achua has 6, 4, and 1. Barnes has 11, 5, and 3. Siakam 16, 6, and 4. Gary Trent 8, 6, and 3. VanVleet 16, 4, and 2. And then Svi Mikhailuk 7, 4, and 3. A pretty nice game for Svi Mikhailuk, actually. And then Delano Banton 2, 4, and 2. He's kind of been quiet. And then Chris Boucher 6, 2, and 0 assists. But shutting me up at least for a moment there. And Yuta Watanabe only has a 3-pointer bucket that he got earlier that game, but I think it's the only shot he's taken. Yes, it is. So perfect from the 3-point line and playing some decent defense too. Laying hockey hits out there. Brad popping in saying Ottawa is Toronto. Makes sense to me. Toronto's backyard was Susie. You have to respect Middleton and Holiday. They are superstars and can go off in the last 3 minutes of the game. I do think they're players that are Middleton maybe a bit more so as a closer. I get what you mean. These players do deserve some hype. I can't personally put that superstar or even like perennial all-star title on either of those guys. I know that Middleton has been an all-star, so I mean, clearly you can put that title on him. I just don't see him as consistently like that great of player. they got a championship, right? I can only say so much. I just feel like Giannis was the heartbeat of that team. Like, literally put the Bucks on his back and got a championship. I do think that they're really good, especially as fourth quarter guys. I mean, Holiday with the clamps, good offensive game, and Middleton truly is like a shooter. Like, you give him the last shot of the game. He's a closer. But I can't call them superstars. I gotta say, Giannis carries that team. And Coach Bud, man. Like, he carries Coach Bud. He wouldn't have got that extension without Giannis there. Mike Vick saying, instead of blaming the referees, people blame Siakam. Wow. Yeah, I mean, people tend to blame both, and at times it's fair for both, but you're right. You can't just look to constantly offload blame. Sometimes you just got to realize that, okay, we're losing this game because we got some growing to do. It's a real thing. And Meow the Cat defending his guy once again, saying, I would not trade Boucher. He wants the poutine to stay in Toronto. I gotta stop saying the T at the end of Toronto. It makes me sound like I'm not from here. It's Toronto, not Toronto. You guys get what I'm saying. So Toronto's backyard was Susie saying they were both all-stars and both played on the Olympic championship team. I just think that superstar title is so exclusive in the league. By other standards, a superstar, maybe. I mean, Drew Holiday hitting a 3 right on cue here. I don't know. I think that I wouldn't put them even in like the top 25 in the league, either of them. So it'd be hard for me to call them superstars, but they're right up there, like deserving of all-star maybe, but I don't look at those guys as really like that pivotal. They are pivotal to that team, but I'm not buying the superstar stock on either of them. Chris Middleton, good closer, plays a nice role for this team, and Drew Holiday gets a little bit of everything done, so you got to respect that. But Giannis is the true superstar, the gold standard. Siakam missing a deep 3 there, Precious on the board, but man, Precious has to grab those. As a 6'9" guy, sometimes he jumps higher than he can reach, or that doesn't really make sense, but I find he taps out the ball way more often. He's got to go up there strong, grab it, collect himself, get back down with it. And that's on defense too, anytime he's rebounding. And we got 80 live viewers in here, man. So if you guys are watching right now, drop a like spike going on. Appreciate you guys. Meow the Cat saying, Scotty on his way to becoming one of the greats. 100 emoji. I love how Meow the Cat uses the 100 emoji. And he's spitting truth as well. Oh, Fred VanVleet. Okay, Fred VanVleet getting a big 3-pointer there. I mean, Drew Holiday got right out there to contest it, but Fred VanVleet knocking it down. Nothing but air. Nothing but net. Nothing but air. Cashes the 3 for Toronto, and then the Bucks miss a 3-pointer. Raps are coming back the other way. We're up by 5. 8:30 left in the game. We got a stoppage here. A boss in the chat saying, hey, Josh. Junior Sosa saying, hey, man, can Barnes score 14 and 5? Junior Sosa, I need you to, or Souza. I'm so bad just reading names. First try here. Junior Souza, can Barnes score 14 and 5 plus? If you're talking about 14 and 5, like points and rebounds, definitely. But clarify what you mean there. Just I don't want to give improper betting advice. Oh, and Junior Souza saying Souza saying he's from Brazil. So shouts out, man. It seems like there's actually a pretty decent following for the Raptors in Brazil. Obviously, we've had a few different Brazilian players on the team, one of which being Lucas Nogueira, Bebe, as people know him as. And I think, isn't Serge, he plays on the Brazilian national team, I believe. So yeah, shouts out to Brazil. Shouts out to our entire international fan base. And yeah, people making fun of the fact that I said Sousa. Giving him the Chief Keef titles. So, if you're talking about in this game right now, I think Scotty Barnes will get 14 points. Yeah, he's at 11 right now. He's already got 5 rebounds. I think he could get... chat, you let him know. I think he could do it. Okay. Paul Daynard in the chat reminding me it's It's Spain, not Brazil. My bad. My bad, guys. Made that mistake. I knew that. But yeah, Serge did play for Spain's international team. 75 live viewers. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. And the Raps, we're up by a decent margin here. We're going on a bit of a run. Hopefully we can just take this thing right to the end line. And oh my God, what a low scoring game it's been. At halftime, it was 48-40. So we've been just dragging through this, getting the points, getting the stops when we needed it. And we're looking like we're in a position to potentially win this game, which feels good because it's been a pretty ugly skid right now. 3 games straight that we've lost. And we're just hoping to get back in this win column. No Giannis Antetokounmpo. Get the job done. Junior Souza saying Bebe is my cousin. Say what's up to Bebe from Raptors Nation. Royal Fragrance saying, I saw, dude. Definitely watches the Real Bros of Simi Valley. HS22 saying, if the Raps lose this game, I know they're tanking on purpose. Yeah, there's some chess going on right now in our front office. Who knows what they're thinking, but I'm really hoping that they win. Bueno Kitty saying, Band-Aid P showing out. Does Pascal have the Band-Aid on right now? I mean, that would explain the good performance. But he's got 18, 6, and 4 now. I think I missed the last couple buckets there just talking with the chat. But yeah, we're up by 9 points at the moment. So that is good to see. Jeff for Sale 1 saying, hey, Jeff for Sale 1, how's it going, man? You're a regular in the chat. Good to see you. Saying this is a 90s basketball scoreline. T-Bird Brad pointing out the same thing. Yeah, it's low scoring. Big time. I mean, Scotty Barnes, rookies shooting threes is not like the 90s, but the lack of scoring and defensive energy certainly is. People love 90s basketball. The refs really let them go and play. I mean, you remember how bad the Pistons would just beat on Michael Jordan. I found that so funny. They would take like worse than just liberties. They'd be like beating him up on the court and just soaking the fouls for it. I don't think that's right, but it was a pretty cool era of basketball, I gotta say. Mike Vick, again, sticking up for our players, saying, I don't understand why there's so much hate for Siakam, a guy that brought you a championship. If I was Siakam, I would ask to be traded. You know, I don't think hate is appropriate for him. Chris Middleton with a nice mid-range shot there, big bucket. I think that he deserves the criticism. I think he does. Hate, no. Criticism, yes. He did bring us a championship. He'll forever be royalty in the city, but I'm just speaking from a realist standpoint here. And Fred VanVleet taking George Hill off the dribble, goes to the rim. Nice lay-in. Clutch bucket there. We're up by 9 still with about 7 minutes left to go in this game. Yeah, and T-Bird Brad pointing out it wasn't just the Pistons. It was the only remotely effective strategy versus MJ. You're right. And I that's like a hockey strategy. So you still see it in the NHL where I remember one year Vladimir Tarasenko was being covered basically, I don't know if you call it covered in hockey, but he was being defended a lot by Duncan Keith, and off the whistles, he was just hitting him in the wrists, pulling his skates out from underneath him, just everything to hurt him and get under his skin. And that used to be the approach in basketball too. I think it's probably a good thing that we've moved towards skill. Wow, Chris Middleton coming up big right now. Susie, if you're listening right now, you know that I was questioning Middleton and Drew Holiday as superstars. I'm going to stick to that, but your guy Middleton right now is sticking it to us. T-Bird Brad saying MJ the GOAT and it's not close. Should we just open up this GOAT debate right now? We don't need to do that. But I do think LeBron would beat MJ in a game of one-on-one. At prime versus prime. I just opened that can of worms. I'm a big MJ fan though too. A boss saying, but Josh, I think he's right. Pascal got so much hate. You know, he is getting a lot of hate. And sometimes I think it's tough to distinguish between criticism and hate, because as much as he's done great things for us, you know, he did it in a different position than he is right now. So we're always going to appreciate him and love him. And he's still a really good player. But, you know, now he's getting paid even more, and he's in an even bigger position, and it just hasn't worked out for, you know, longer than a couple years now. I never hate on a Toronto Raptor. I mean, unless it's really warranted. Even Goran Dragic, I wasn't big on us hating on him. But when it comes to Pascal Siakam, we should always give him respect, definitely. And I never want to disrespect Pascal, even when I'm being critical of his game. I just speak on the numbers, and whether that's his salary, his efficiency, his age. I look at the finite things that I can measure and say this doesn't line up. And that's what I've been doing. But when it comes to speaking on him as a person and his history with this team, I mean, you got nothing but respect, right? And we got 80 live viewers. Hopefully the Raptors can pull off a win for this crowd here, and I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. I'm going to drop another Skyrim arrow here and ask you guys to politely drop a like spike in the chat, man. You guys are the best. I'm not just saying that. I mean it. Susie saying, but I'm rooting for our guys. I know. I just had to give you your credit, Susie. You've been putting some respect on the supporting cast of the Bucks, and they're playing great right now, which they have to with Giannis out. But Raptors still up, and you love to see it. Lead of 6 points with 6:30 left here in the fourth quarter. That looked like a weak foul. I got to figure out who this is on the Bucks. I think he's number 54, the tall, tatted up guy. Who is that? I swear I've never seen this guy. Anyhow, Drew Holiday with the ball. He's being covered by Fred VanVleet. Now he's squaring up Utah. Oh, gets around Utah, kicks it out to Grayson Allen, who's a great three-point shooter, and he hits the three. Wow. Grayson Allen has found a really nice rhythm in the NBA as of late. Looking like a very good pickup for the Bucks. Hits the three, and we're only up by 3. It's a one-shot game, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stick with us through the end of this one. Precious hands it off to Fred. Finds Scotty. Oh! All right, Yuta Watanabe, man. I got to get the flames going. Let's go. Yuta with a huge basket. Jenfro shouting out Yuta, all caps in the chat, showing our guy some love. He's perfect from the three-point line right now, 2 of 2. And what a big bucket that was, putting us up by 6. Okay, kick ball, so it's staying with the Bucks, but we almost turned them over there. Tom Moreau saying Watanabe for the win. Crosaith popping in. I'm assuming piping up on my comments earlier when I said that I felt like LeBron would beat MJ in a game. He's saying LaFlop ain't it. Man, people have been screwing around with LeBron's name so much recently. Like LeGM, what do they call him? Anytime he does anything, right? Like he'll go answer the phone. They'll call him LaPhone Call. Like it's just a recurrent meme at this point. LeBron's always been good for the memes. Oh, Fred just misses the 3. That was going down. It spills out, and Chris Middleton coming back the other way. Yuta Watanabe with the blocking foul on Middleton, but he wasn't in the act of shooting or anything, so it should just be an inbound. But Bucks keeping the ball here. Crosaith saying, choking. We're not choking yet. It's going to be a close fourth quarter. They're going to come back. There's 5 minutes left here. You're still up by 4 points. Let's just close this thing out. No need to choke. We're all right. The Bucks are going to go on a run. We're going to go on a run. I'm going to manifest the victory because we need one. We've lost 3 straight. Oh, Gary. Nice takeaway, and then throws it off of Drew Holiday to retain the ball. Yeah, that's good defense there by Gary. Gets the ball back for the Raptors. Marcel Martin saying Yuta is our guy. And then Marcel asking, does Pascal look good tonight? He looks pretty good. Oh, he travels just as I'm saying that. He's not having a bad night. Nothing too crazy, but he's 8 of 15, so just over 50%. He scored 18, 6, and 4, and then from three-point range, he's 1 of 4. He's got a block. Pretty good. I'd say pretty good. But yeah, picking up a travel there. That's at least his 4th turnover. Yeah, cue the slander in the chat. Oh. Nice lay in there by number 54. Who is this mysterious number 54 on the Bucks? Please, someone tell me. Gary Trent Jr. with the ball. In the mid-range. Oh, misses it. They let him take that shot too. Wow. Precious getting the rebound. Basically over the back of the defender. But Raps keep the ball here. Great play by Precious. Siakam backing in on Connaughton and getting a tough bucket. All right, that's point number 20. Let's go. Pascal scoring for the Raps. That's a crucial couple points there. We're up by 4. This thing's coming down to the wire. Just under 4 minutes left. Still a relatively low-scoring game here. Fred VanVleet's covering. Oh, there we go. Turnover. Precious to Fred. There we go. Offense to defense. Gary from 3. Just misses it. Good shot by Gary, but it spills out. He's had a rough night from 3. Not shooting like he normally is, but okay, perfect. That's a no call. I'm happy to see that. Connaughton bricks it. Nice. I mean, Gary Trent Jr. must have a lot of rebounds tonight. He's got 8 rebounds. I've been noticing him picking up those. Should have bet that stat. Fred VanVleet cuts through the paint. What a move! Oh! Wow. Fred VanVleet. Okay. We're not choking. We're good. We are good on this side. Fred VanVleet getting fired up to the crowd, letting everybody know this is his house. What a move. I mean, just kind of Euros through a tight window of the defenders there. I mean, Middleton and George Hill, he's oversized, puts up the right-handed, it was a layup, but basically a floater. Gets the shot. He's got ice in his veins, man. Fred VanVleet currently has 25 points. Probably a pretty quiet 25, 5 and 4 for him. 5 of 10 from 3-point range. This guy is shooting the lights out. And then Pascal Siakam, 26 and 4. So I'll upgrade that from a pretty good game to a good game. It's not Verge. He's playing well. But we got to close this one out. I want to see a W tonight. Of course, I know we all do too. Even the people who are praying for the kazoos to get broken out. I know you guys are all right with this. You want to see a W. Yeah, Bueno Kitty's saying Gary Trent cold tonight. He is. He's having a little bit of a struggle, but he's a pure shooter, right? So it makes sense that you're going to have your off nights. And then Aziz telling me the name of this very random number 50. Sorry, what was it? Number 54? Yeah, out there. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Sandro Mamukalashvili? What? I wish I had the Charles Barkley animation right now. I'd play it like 3 times in a row for how bad I just messed up that name. But Sandro, that's who number 43 was, or sorry, 54. I've never seen him before. I don't even recognize the name, but he was getting some decent minutes for the Bucks tonight. And 78 live viewers. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Drew Holiday in the paint. Oh, that's such a late call, man. Drew Holiday's been drawing a lot of fouls tonight. He's been living in the paint. I thought that was a soft call there. Probably should have just been a stop. Predator Kingdom saying, remember, always bet on yourself. It's so cool how Fred VanVleet really pioneered that saying. I'm sure someone said it before him, but that was his slogan, and now you see athletes use it all the time. Fred VanVleet having a conversation right now with the official over the foul call there, I believe on Precious. I thought that was a no call, but instead, you're going to have Drew Holiday shooting 2 at the line during a very crucial part of this game. We're within the 3-minute mark, and misses the first. Ball don't lie. Ball does not lie, and we'll see if he hits the second. But it's a close game right now, guys. Don't be going anywhere. So Pascal, I believe, has 5 fouls tonight. He's 1 away clearly from fouling out. He's got to be careful. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Finds Gary. Come on, Gary. Oh my God, misses it again. But Pascal fighting for the board. And gets fouled. Okay, that's what we need to see from Pascal Siakam. That's grit, grind, hustle, using his length, being timely, getting a big rebound for this team in the clutch, man. Way to go. Fire me up. Pascal Siakam. Big play underneath the rim there. Raptors keeping the ball. They're inbounding right now. Gary Trent to Scotty. Scotty backing down Connaughton. And that looked like a forced jumper, but he gets it. Scotty Barnes with 13 points on the night. I think he's hit 3 3-pointers and then a couple mid-range J's. I mean, this guy will stretch you out. Pause. FC saying, how are you doing this stream without breaks? Gave a like and thanks for covering. Appreciate you, FC. I don't know. I mean, you guys help so much. Sometimes I just go on these rants where I'm like jumbling words, just all this crap. But I mean, the chat, you guys keep this thing running. You give me the breaks I need when I need a topic. You're right there putting some sort of hot, juicy topic to discuss. And speaking of which, I got to shout out my man Marcel Martin, who just dropped a super chat saying, about that spicy slander, eyeball emoji. I mean, he's turning it on right now. As much as I might have my moments of slandering Pascal, he gets full credit right now. This is a great performance. I'm leveling it up again from pretty good to he's playing great right now. The hustle play there, just stepping up when you need to. He's got 20 and he's got the ball again, guarded by Middleton. Let's see what he does. All right, Pascal, cook him. Ooh, misses that one, but Precious there with the offensive board. Oh, you don't need to force that. Use the clock. Oh! Out of bounds. Gary Trent Jr. right through his fingertips. Oh, all right. Jeez. All right, minute 30 left. We're up by 8 points, and Chris Middleton right now has the ball. He's guarded by Precious. There we go. How? We didn't touch it. Nobody touched that. Coach Bud on the screen. I hate this guy. Not a big Coach Bud fan. All right, Bucks inbounding it. Chris Middleton has it in the post, and he's guarded by Barnes. Scotty, show him the time of his life. Oh. Middleton. Susie, wherever you are right now, I believe it. I am drinking the Kool-Aid now. Chris Middleton is hitting big shots in the clutch, fully contested. I remember him, he was getting the Kobe Bryant comparisons this playoffs. They were saying Kobe and Shaq for him and Giannis. That was out of pocket, but he was clutch in the playoffs. I'm not just going to act like he wasn't. I'm playing clutch right now for the Bucks. Spicy P misses the chance at the other end. Wow, what a block. Chase down block there. Precious Achiuwa with a huge play. Okay, 2-possession game, guys. We're up by 6 points, but it comes back the other way. Drew Holiday gets himself an open layup. Precious Achiuwa gets on his horse like LeBron James in Game 7. Chase down block. Presses that to the board and gets a big defensive play for the Raps. Blocked by Achiuwa. Oh, you just love to see it. Big play there. We're still up by 6. We're not choking. We're getting the win. Knock on wood. We got 88 live viewers right now. It sounds like I said that with an accent. 88 live viewers. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in. I mean, you guys make the show happen. Give yourself a pat on the back. And when you're doing that, drop a little like in here for Uncle Goody, who's just trying to keep the live streams going strong. And I'm so pleased with the Raptors right now. It's been a 3-game losing streak. We've had a lot of concerns, a lot of injuries this season, but just to see winning basketball as fans of the team, that's what we're here to do. I always love to watch the highlights that night a couple times and just hang out and be on my phone and have it on in the background. But when they lose, I can't even stomach putting it on. So tonight, I'm hoping we'll end up in a W. They're reviewing a play at the moment. I really hope this isn't for a goaltend. Okay, no. So that the Precious block stands. That's good. The reviewing Pascal Siakam there. I think Connaughton might be arguing that he got hit in the face. On the replay, it does not look like it. Pascal did get his elbow up, but there's no contact with the face. He kind of gets the shoulder. Jose Calderon saying, amazing game today. And then HS22 saying, I am the captain now, in the Scotty Barnes voice. Susie saying, please no last shot for Siakam. give it to Barnes. I wouldn't hate that. I don't know if Nick Nurse is on that wave, but I would like to see that. I'm just all for giving Scotty Barnes the reins, but we know that a good team is going to make him earn his stripes and build him up the right way, which we seem to be doing. But if he gets open, they better give him that ball to let it fly there. Either way, I mean, the last shot doesn't seem like it'll be overly important in this situation. I'm hoping that the Raptors just hold on, get the W, and it looks like right now they can. Pascal fouling out. Fouls have been a recurrent issue for him, but he ends the night with 20, 8 and 4, 9 of 18, so shoots exactly 50%. He's 1 of 4 from 3-point range. That could be better, but he has a block, 6 turnovers, and 6 personal fouls. All right, I'm going to say this objectively. He played sloppy, but did he get points when we needed them? Yeah. So credit to Pascal Siakam. Pretty balanced stat line for him tonight. Yeah, well, no worries about Pascal shooting the last shot. I'm still seeing that discussed a bit in the chat. He is fouled out. He's on the bench for the night, but we should be able to work with this lead we've got and hold on for dear life and walk away with a much-needed victory. The Bucks are 14-8. They're doing good. I mean, Giannis not being in tonight is the story of the night, but you're going to need to take care of business. It doesn't matter. Whoever's in front of you is NBA quality. Getting a dub is big no matter which way you put it. Holiday with the ball. Guarded by Fred VanVleet, kicks it out to Bobby. He's going to shoot the three-pointer. Wow. Hits a big shot there for the Bucks. All right, so if we don't score here, they will have a chance to come back and tie it up with a three-point. Let's hope we can get it. Let's hope Scotty shoots it. Fred gets fouled. All right. That always seems to be the play that happens to us. When we're just about to claw back into a game, we play good defense and end up with a foul being called. We always feel on the other side of that. But Fred VanVleet drawing a foul, he's going to shoot 2 crucial free throws here in a moment to pretty much ice the game for the Raptors. And the first one is good. I'm going to turn on the flames for Fred VanVleet right now. He's played really great. So that's at least 26 points. He could walk away from the line right now with 27 on the night. And he's averaging just under 20. I just saw it 19.9. He's got 27 right now. There we go. So Coach Bud calls a timeout, but I don't want to say this, but it's pretty much in the bag, guys. I think we've won this one. With that said, stick around and let's see what happens in this last 16 or 19 seconds, whatever it is. But I do feel good about the Raptors protecting home court, which, oh my God, was really, really needed. And when I say needed, just from a morale standpoint, I'm not expecting a winning record this year. Let's be real. But some little moral victories along the way. This feels good. This will build up some guys, and at least Gary Trent's getting his off night out and a victory, right? We're not losing because of his off night. We're surviving through his off night. So we'll let him get those missed shots out of his system, and he'll be back on fire soon enough. And Ayo, we got another super chat. Bueno Kitty in the building. Joshy Ice, thoughts on Raps D and bench tonight? The defense, I mean, you hold them to not a lot of points. I found that when you did collapse and you get in the paint, you were fouling a ton, and Pascal's stat line speaks to that for sure. People telling me I jinxed it right now. It's in the bag, guys. We're good. I think I'm actually gonna get people hating me if I keep doing this. I only somewhat believe in jinxes. I knocked on wood. We're all right. People are getting so mad, but Bueno Kitty with the super chat saying, yeah, thoughts on the Raps D. It was pretty good tonight. Not perfect by any means. You did foul too much, and the bench had some life in it, but again, it's sort of the starters that pull the main bulk of things. I mean, Fred VanVleet and Siakam combining for big points. Okay, guys, I'm getting a little bit scared. So they're going to go to the line right now and shoot 3. Chris Middleton getting fouled by VanVleet out of the 3-point line. Okay, I'm sweating a little bit. Maybe I did jinx it. Yeah, people tell me, just stop talking. Just hang out on live for a moment. Oh my God. Well, there you go. If they lose this game, you can blame me and not Pascal. So I jinxed it. We'll see what happens here, guys. I'm pretty confident, but All right, Middleton hits. Oh, man. So he's hit his first two. He's got his last one coming up here. I'm going to put on the ice, just praying he misses it. Hey! And he misses it. Let's go. Wait, whoa. What? For what? Pardon? What just happened? We got the rebound. Was there a loose ball? Okay. Oh, no. He's just fighting under the rim. You can't be serious. Oh my God. I can't even look at the chat right now. Don't worry. I know you guys are torturing me. Oh my God. I'm like flabbergasted right now. I just pulled out the word flabbergasted to describe how I feel. All right. So I think Bobby Portis is going to be shooting too. Here he is at the line. That is bona fide garbage. At least Middleton missed one of his shots. So even if he hits this second one here, we will still be up by a point. You got to go get this rebound. Shots up. And he misses it. Oh, but they get the offensive board. Okay, so they're going to get the last shot here. Pat Connaughton misses it. Oh my God, guys. Wow. Holy smokes. That was sloppy, guys. That's sloppy. I should have stopped talking a long time ago. Yeah, Aziz reminded me you jinxed it. T-Bird Brat saying Nurse needs to take a tech. Maybe not at this point, but yeah, that was some bad officiating, especially in that time of the game. Like, come on now. Precious missing his first. This is a big bucket to get here. It'll put it out of range for a 3-point winning it. Their last shot is most likely going to be a 3-pointer. Precious needs to hit this next free throw to make it so that won't beat us if it goes in. All right, Precious. Whew. Oh, that's a bad miss. But we retain possession. Okay, I hate that. You could tell he was trying to foul, but he didn't. Fred VanVleet sidestepped him. There was no clear foul on that play. Okay. Either way, what am I complaining about? There's 0.7 seconds left. We're going back to the line. And I think I can finally say that this one's in the bag, guys. Fred VanVleet, a money free throw shooter. He's going to put this one out of range. We're going to be winners on home court. It feels good. I mean, the dub speaks for itself. I know Giannis wasn't there, but a little bit of morale. Some much needed morale for the Raps tonight. We got 110 live viewers. So for everybody tuning in, it's much appreciated. And if you guys are watching right now, drop a like spike. There we go. So Fred VanVleet with 29 points? 29, 5, and 4. So, I mean, my bet is just, it's been absolutely, it's in the toilet. It's done. We're accepting that. But as I say on every single stream, the only thing I really care about is just seeing the Raptors win. Even if it's a retool season, right? Like, I'm here as a Raptors fan. I'd love to see some good basketball. And, we got to see that tonight. There was sloppy moments, even in Pascal's good performance. There were some sloppy things, 6 turnovers, 6 personal fouls. Wasn't overused, shot 25% from 3. But still, I credit him with showing up tonight, getting big baskets when we needed it, and staying the course. And the whole group did. There was sloppy play all over from different guys. Precious was kind of all over the place tonight, but still ends up with 6, 8, and 2. Barnes was impressive. He looked calculated. We're not really going to him for primary scoring opportunities, but the more and more you see this kid play, it makes sense why the whole fan base is saying, run the offense through Scotty. You run into practical issues when you do that because then Pascal's not getting his shots. And then even if you don't want Pascal, how are you going to trade him without playing him and using him as the primary option? That's a whole rabbit hole for a different conversation. But right now, there is lots to be happy about tonight. And last 0.7 seconds here. Let's see what the Bucks do. I mean, pretty trivial at this point. They're probably just going to huck up a crazy shot. Chris Middleton. Yeah, Middleton's got ice in his veins. Misses that. But hey, the Raptors ending on top, 97-93. It was a low-scoring one. The defense didn't feel perfect, but hey, holding the Bucks to under 93, I understand. Take it with a grain of salt. Giannis wasn't there. But I'm just big on you protecting home court. And ultimately, just I don't care how you get there. Clearly, you're doing something right on the back end to make sure that they don't score 100 points. And 93 is quite the score to be proud of, holding the defending champs to. And also, I know that Bueno Kitty was asking me about this earlier. I'm not big on the bench performance tonight. I mean, the majority of the buckets came from our starters. I know Gary had a rough night, but 29 for Van Vliet, 20 for Siakam, 13 for Barnes. You just didn't really have any great bench presence to speak of. I thought Delano Banton struggled tonight. First night where I can really say he didn't make the most of his opportunities, but still kind of hung out, did okay. And then Svi Mikhailuk, I thought, quietly did his thing. Nothing perfect, but was decent off of the bench. You guys probably think I'm playing favorites. Then Yuta Watanabe. He was big off the bench. Only 6 points. He was perfect from the three-point line, so he hit 2. Give him some credit on that, guys. I mean, you get the win, so whatever way you get there, just happy to be here, especially on home court. They're interviewing Van Vliet right now. Van Vliet speaks in riddles. You can tell he's intelligent. He's the leader of this group. It was fun being in the chat too. So I almost jinxed it for us, guys. We were down bad for a moment. I don't blame you all for turning on me in the chat for a second there. I deserved that. But we got the W, so clearly I didn't jinx it too bad. I made sure to knock on wood. I am a little superstitious myself. But guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely go and make sure to tune in to Ben and Riker's postgame. They'll be breaking this down together. We even had a Ben Rogers appearance in the chat tonight, so definitely go check that out. I'm probably going to be posting my 5 takeaways. With how busy my work is right now, I haven't been doing it as much, but after Christmas is when my work schedule completely clears up, and that's when I'll be able to post routinely. I'm never going to miss another 5 takeaways once that time comes, but I got some stuff to get to right now. A big morning tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys staying on live with me all night, as you guys always do. When I tell you you're the best, I truthfully mean it. Raptors Nation, Raptors Digest, stand up. We got a W tonight. The tank, it might be coming, but it has not arrived yet. And I'll see you guys for next game. I'm signing off.